I find myself that when I'm racing and I feel fatigued, I feel as though I want to slow down, I want to give up, I just feel the left of my hand. I can feel that pain. Then I realize this stinging in my legs, this out of breath is nothing compared to the feeling of that. It's a physical and emotional reminder to me that nothing in this world is going to hurt more. And it's over now. So that means I can do anything.
Amanda Agana grew up in a small village in northern Ghana. Her father, John, was the provider for their family, caring for over a dozen children. However, the one thing he couldn't give his daughter was a mother's love. When Amanda was 7 years old, she lost her best friend and mother, Bertha.
I was used to having somebody to cook with, somebody to clean with, somebody to teach me just how to be a woman. I wanted more than anything a mother.
Amanda remembered meeting her aunt, who closely resembled her mother. She received permission from her father to go live with her. Early on, Amanda was happy. The two would cook and clean together, and her aunt even enrolled her in a private school. But then, the intense aggression set in.
As a 7, 8-year-old, completely trusting somebody that you thought was going to raise you, somebody that you thought was going to take care of you, and for them to make you feel inhuman, so though you are less than the pigs you're taking care of, that you're less than the livestock, that you are nothing more than just something that is easy to get rid of. I did everything she asked, and every time she beat me, I would just run. Not because I was physically hurt or because I could still feel the sting of the branches, but I just had to run towards something.
Running to a sugarcane field 1.5 miles from her aunt's house became Amanda's refuge. She was scared to tell her father. She didn't want him to worry. He had many other children that he was caring for at that time. 3 years of suffering physical and mental abuse from her aunt. Her father surprised her, introducing her to Carol, a nurse practitioner and an instructor from the University of Arkansas. Carol had bought some African goods from her father online, and the two had become close friends.
I did not trust her when I first met her. I did not trust anybody that was able to smile that freely. I didn't realize that she was smiling because she was pleased to meet me. I thought she was smiling because she was mocking my pain, because I was unable to smile. I didn't know that it was possible to be that happy to just breathe. She tried really hard to get me to open up to her. It wasn't the dresses, which were so beautiful. It wasn't any of the gifts she gave me. It was just the way she looked at me. She looked at me as though I was human. I realized that she didn't want anything from me. She wanted to give me something.
Carol lived with the family for a few months in Ghana before John and his now wife decided to relocate Amanda and her cousin to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Carol encouraged Amanda to run track and field when they arrived in the United States. Flash forward 5 years later, Amanda not only found her passion in running, but began receiving interest from some of the nation's top programs. One day, a unique letter arrived from the United States Naval Academy. The significance of this letter needed an explanation.
She said that them being interested in you, them sending that letter to you, speaks more about your character and the person you can be. Her explanation of what the Naval Academy was, a place that builds leaders. And I was like, okay, I like the way that sounds. I want to learn how to be a leader so one day I could lead my village to some place better. She goes, okay, so think about it. But I said, what about track? And she asked me, do you want to run for the rest of your life or do you want something more? And then I said, what is more than running? Running was where I found peace, like running away to the sugarcane field, running to win, running to improve myself, running to meet people, to make friends, to learn the language. Running was my everything. So for her to say, there is more than running was profound to me. And we sat down and we talked, and I realized that what I had failed to see before was that running was not my world, but it was the road, it was the tool to get me to where I was supposed to be. And I realized the Naval Academy is the thing running was leading me to. This school empowered me, which is why I want to empower this nation. And although I love Ghana, right now my #1 focus is to give back. I still, more than anything, want to build a school in my village. I want to empower my village in Bolga. Education for me is key. My mom taught me about love. My father taught me about survival. Track taught me about empowerment and freedom. The US taught me about life. And for my village to still be so wrapped up in this unhealthy culture of just a status quo, being satisfied with where you are, I think it will never progress. So if I build a school, teach women that they are more than their bodies, they are more than their husband. If I am able to educate them that they can be their own person, they can be anything. People are satisfied with where they are until they know that there's something better. I was satisfied with where I was until my mom showed me that this is not how it should be. You can do more. And that's what I want to do for my village. I want to show them that you can have an impact in somebody's life. My purpose in life is to ensure that people know happiness, that people know that they matter, that they are worth so much more than their pain and their suffering, that they are more than who they think they are. My purpose in life is to make people see the best of themselves,